I would like to invite every one of us to imagine or recall the deepest, greatest, darkest moment of our lives. Whether it's that we just fail a test, or we scrub an assignment, or even worse, we lost someone that we cherish, or we screw up one of our presentations, or we lost one of our jobs. And the deepest, darkest moments of our life, who do we resort to? Is it our friends? Or is it our siblings? Or someone even more closer, our loved one, our family? But I believe most of our answers would be no one. We resort to no one. We allow ourselves to drown in despair when deep down we know we are drowning. We wear the mask of perfection and act like everything is still right on track when deep down we know we're off track a long time ago. We allow ourselves to dive and die in the mud when we know it's not alright. By wearing the mask of perfection and pretend everything is okay. And this is what we call the fake optimism. And today, I'm going to bring to you fake optimism and the courage to look fear in the eyes, the true resilience. Not long ago, I was sick, physically, not mentally, and I decided to visit a clinic doctor. The doctor came back to me with the blood swab, nose test, and came back to me and said, "Hey Josh, good news and bad news. Which one do you hear first?" I was like, cannot, I'm dying here already, just tell me the good news. Good news is, you don't have influenza. Huh? Then what's the bad news? You don't tell me I got cancer. No lah, you got COVID, congratulations on your 3 days MC. COVID-19, it started in year 2020. It was one of the most deadliest disease that mankind have ever experienced since SARS. 7 million lives over the course of 5 years. However, with the help of vaccines, medications, quarantines even, we're able to decrease the death toll, 53 since the past 28 years. But there's something more deadlier, something more quieter, something more devastating than COVID-19. And its target, the target is not anyone else. It's you and me over here. It's you and me within the age group of 18 to 29. This killer is mental illnesses. It takes up to 8 million lives within a single year. And what makes it even more scarier is that it targets us. And it's even worse than lung cancer, which takes a life of 1.5 million every single year. And that is the most deadliest cancer. Isn't it scary? A mental illness is more deadlier than cancer. And this is because our mental health is like this balloon over here. The more we stress it, the more dangerous it becomes. Whether it's the pressure to put a smile on our face and just pretend everything is right on track, or whether it's the pressure to stay happy when deep down we know we are struggling in mud. And these stereotypes is deeply rooted in the Asian culture, in our culture. The pressure to stay happy, the pressure of perceiving our own fear as a form of weaknesses, as a form of cowardice, the fear, the pressure of the others saying that you have depression is just because you are weak. And adding on to the external factors such as our life, our work, our relations even, and eventually we'll cross the borderline of no return when it just snaps. This is a mental crisis. Anxiety, depressions, panic attacks, breakdowns, bipolar disorders. We all know this doesn't come overnight. It started a long time ago. It started when we decide to wear the mask of perfection and act like everything is still on track. And the only solution to that is being honest with ourselves. I was a debater, I am still a debater, and I joined debate in year 2016. Honestly, I wasn't good at it. At that time, I was feared. I was afraid. I'm afraid of everything. In fact, my hands were shaking so badly due to stage fright that the paper I was holding, the script I was holding, it was shaking. You can even hear the sound down on the stage. My senior were down there, laughing, mocking, face palming, making all kinds of moves, making all kinds of actions. And my mentor, my instructor, they are supposed to be the emotional support of mine. What they did was just looking, laughing, even saying things such as, "See, he's afraid. See, he's scared. Hey, you see, he's going to the toilet now. You know why? Because he just peed his pants." So in year 2017, Fear one, I gave up completely. I stopped going to trainings. I stopped going to competitions. I stopped going to mocks. I gave up completely and I hide myself away. But there's a sound in me asking me, what is it that I'm truly afraid of? Is it the mockeries? No. Is it the criticism? No. There was something more. The feeling that I do not belong here is the feeling that I do not deserve a place on stage. So I took steps. Small, minor, big steps for me to earn a place on the floor. Day 1, I started practice in front of the mirror. Day 5, I wrote my own script. Day 10, I spoke to a dozens of chairs. Change doesn't happen so quickly. On day 20, I was able to return on debate competitions, and on day 30, return to inter-school competitions. So in 2019, I won the first debate competition of my life, the Invitational Debate Competition in Singapore. Same year, I was the only Malaysian who advanced into the semi-finals of the bilingual debate competition, also in Singapore. Fear subsides into darkness with each and every step I took. Shame grew quieter and quieter with each and every step I took. And bravery just go louder, stronger, and greater. Courage never arrived when it was summoned. It merely followed. And this is why I invite every single one of us to do the same. We identify our fears, we break them down into pieces, and veni, vidi, vici. I come, I see, I conquer. And through that, we can achieve true resilience. But what if the thing that are happening to us, the thing that clouds us, the thing that worries us, is something small, something as small as a packet of sand. But it happens every day. So this packet of sand becomes a tower of sand, and this tower now buries us alive. And we all know that the solution is to tell that to someone. But people judge us, and we are afraid of the judge. So what we do? We tell it to someone who will never judge, because it's a piece of paper. A piece of paper can never judge. We write down our fears. Things such as, I'm afraid of the, let's say, midterm next week, or I'm afraid of my, let's say, car loans, or let's say, I'm afraid of my jobs. We write that down on a piece of paper. We put it on the table, and then rest for several seconds. Several minutes even, depends on you. And if your mind still clouded with thoughts after this, write more. The purpose is not to make the paper as gorgeous or as beautiful as possible. The purpose is to be truthful with ourselves. Or we can write a T on the paper. On the left, things that we can control. Things such as the midterms next week, our assignment due next week, or even the finals, the upcoming finals. On the right, things that are out of our control, or something that are in the past. The mockery of the seniors, the passing on of our family members even, or even the end of the road. Our fear must have a certain boundaries. Our worries must have a certain limitations. It cannot be extended indefinitely. And this is why I invite every one of us to do the same. Our fear must be controlled within a certain limits. It cannot be allowed to expand and extend. And this is why we shall venture forth into the future, never linger in the past. With one piece of paper, several minutes, and a pen, we can face our own inner fear and eventually achieve true resilience. Now, let's try to change a perspective, a point of perspective, from us to them. We all know that friend who is afraid of anything. We all know that friend who keeps himself isolated from everyone. We all know that friend who is suffering, is dying on the inside, but he just don't tell anyone. He just keep it in himself. I believe all of us have that kind of friend, have that particular friend. And how can we do to help them? What can we do to help them? Well, not all of us want to spill our inner feelings, but all of us need to feel our own inner stomach. So invite them out for a small dinner. Just a text such as, hey, you want tonight? Or you want to come dinner? My treat. Now, they are on the dinner table. What should we do? What should we do to keep the conversation going? Well, here are some of the prompts that I use. I know it has been a tiring week. You want to tell me more? Or something like, it must be very tough for you. Please, share it with me. Or even things such as, no stress, no worries, I will be always by your side. This might sound cringe, but it usually works. The purpose is not to explode our feelings on the table. The purpose is to release them slowly, by allowing them to face their inner fear, by allowing them to know what their fear is, by allowing them, by guiding them to true resilience, and through that, eventually, the bond will be diffused. But there are two ground rules that we need to follow. First, confidentiality over secrecy. If they start to exhibit something like self-harm, like cutting themselves apart, or even suicidal thoughts, bring them to the mental therapist. I mean, we're humans. We're mere mortals. There are certain things, certain boundaries that we cannot cross. There are certain limitations to our abilities. And this is the limitations of it. Next. Consistency over intensity. Now, a regular checkout is always better than a dramatic midnight rescue. For the later, unfortunately, is usually too late. With a single piece of message, with a single piece of dinner, with several minutes even, you can save the life of a person. You can save the life of the person that you cherish the most. Today is the 30th of September, an ordinary one, but also an extraordinary one. For we are here, striving, trying to make a change. Whether it's just to send a small message, or write down our small fear, or even break our fear down into small pieces. We cannot win the battle by pretending everything is okay. We cannot win the battle against mental illnesses by hiding our head down in the sand and pretend nothing has ever happened before. We can only win it by facing our fear and achieve true resilience. If your mind feels loud after this, if there's something inside you urging actions to be done, if there's a sound in you compelling deeds to work, send a message. Write your fears. Or even draw the T and write your fears and identify them. You're not alone. Facing our own weaknesses is not a form of cowardice. It's not a form of cowardice. On the contrary, it's a form of bravery. And you are brave. Each and every one of us here is a grace and beauty of God, and hence, may all the beauty be blessed. Thank you.